Hi guys. Yeah, you're looking at my Himalayan lamp. We need a little zen today. Um, I am going to be talking about Mrs. Portland today, and what has went on. And some people might not like this video, and that is okay if you don't want to watch or listen, I should say. Um, a lot of people have, in my opinion, have enabled this woman because of her disabilities and coddled her. And I'm not going to be one to do that. So I am going to talk about her lies and, in my opinion, um, her deceiving people to get ahead. And we're going to backtrack a little bit because I did do a video on some of the lies she told before and what I'm seeing now, the lies that she's doing now, and her behaviors. So I don't want this video to be very long, but I'm just going to dig in. We all know that, from day one with Mrs. Portland, she lied. Okay. It started out, and this I already talked about, so I'm going to try to run through it, pretty quick. She lied on Natasha. All right. About Natasha attacking her to begin with. Natasha did not attack her. She was in the chat. She was talking about a channel she was trying to start. And Natasha simply said, we don't do that in my chat. You know, um, I don't allow that. And Mrs. Portland tried to say she was sorry. Natasha said, you don't have to say you're sorry, Mrs. Portland. She was nice about it. Mrs. Portland then went and did a long post on this. I don't know. It was like victims of Natasha Cooper or something. And she put her full name. Okay. But then she later wanted to say that Natasha doxed her or something. No. Mrs. Portland put her full name. Okay. And then said that Natasha attacked her and all this stuff, which was a lie. It didn't happen. All right. Not to begin with. And then she went over to the quote haters channels, all right, and spread the same lies that Natasha attacked her. It didn't happen. And what I seen was she was trying to grow this channel, and all these people that were quote hater channels, started subbing to Mrs. P because they felt sorry for her. And yes, I will call them pity subs because she had no content, nothing. On her channel. So what do you call that? If you have nothing on your channel at all and you have people subbing to you because they feel sorry for you, I call that pity subs. She got like what, 3 to almost 500 subs because she was going from one channel to the other that, they had a beef with Natasha. And she was getting all these subs for no content at all. Nothing. Her channel was blank. So yeah, Mrs. Portland did a little video where she lied on me too. And but anyways, I called those subs at that time pity subs. And I think she still has a lot of those pity subs back in that day still on there. Either they didn't unsub to her, they've just forgot about it, or maybe they're still subbed to her to see what, she's up to. Who knows? Um, I still call them pity subs. Sorry. So anyways, you know, and then she continued to lie. All right. She did all these little videos that she would put up, take down, put up, take down. And, people thought they were cute. They were taking a lot of them taking jabs at Natasha, okay, doing all these, bizarre things. And people thought it was funny. And even though she took them down, people still have those videos, right? And she would be vile. She was. And being nasty. And So, anyways, a lot of these channels started to find out that Mrs. Portland was lying. She said she was new on YouTube, which was a lie. Okay, she tried a channel out on YouTube a few years back. She tried out in, I guess, different communities. There's this Portland Andy, I guess his name is. I haven't watched his videos, but I guess she might have stalked him, or he tried to help her get started on YouTube. We're going to talk about a few videos that she has out there that I guess she can't get into her old channel again to get them deleted, but they're out there. But anyways, she was telling people she was new on YouTube, and that's a lie. Okay. And she, I don't like talking about children. I already said that. I don't go real live. I don't like talking about children. But Mrs. Portland is the one that put out her story about her child and about her life. So she's the one that is constantly talking about it. So we can talk about that, right? And people were noticing, in the quote haters channel, that Mrs. Portland was lying. And she, was stating that her child was at home. They were doing this wish list, and they thought it was, kind of funny that she was only asking for a few things for her child and the rest was for herself. And I guess they pointed that out, and she's like, well, he's disabled, and, he only likes a few things, or he gets overwhelmed, or I'm not sure exactly how she put that. But, it just seemed kind of fishy to him, but they kind of let that go. And she would say that he was always in his room, or one time when she was opening up gifts, not presents, but gifts that she got for Christmas, she said that her husband and son went for a walk, but only her son or her husband came in and her son wasn't with her or with him. You didn't see her son. And they caught that, and that video's still up as well. People caught that, and they were calling it out, and she finally came clean, all right? And she made a video, and like I said, I don't even know why she didn't even have to put her personal stuff out there, okay? And if you don't lie, then you don't have to try to cover up your lies. But she goes on to say, I have to come clean, because people are digging up my personal information. My child was taken away when he was a baby. He was pulled from my arms. They got us for neglect. And, we haven't had him, all these years. We get to see him, I guess, supervised on holidays, birthdays, sometime during the summer. And then she's holding a picture, and people are calling this out as well, because she's saying that she's allowed to see him Christmas, his birthday's in December. But the picture she's holding, it's pretty clear that it's an older picture of her child, herself, and her husband. People are calling that out as well, that, it's an older picture, and that's pretty clear to see. And, then she made up another one that, her son for his birthday, which is in December, got an Xbox from his godparents, but yet the husband is shown playing an Xbox. So people are wondering, did the son actually get an Xbox, or did the husband? The husband could have had an Xbox. That's no big deal. But, she's supposedly supposed to get in her son for Christmas, but she never talks about getting her son this Christmas, never talks about seeing him Christmas, never talks about anything like that. No video of her son or pictures or anything of her son this Christmas, right? Nothing. She is opening her gifts that she got from Kim and Crafton, but nothing about her child. Nothing. So anyways, these, quote, hate channels decided they didn't want her in their community anymore. They weren't attacking her. They didn't want her in their community because they seen these lies. They seen these other videos. We're going to talk about those in a minute. When she had her other YouTube channel, the one that she didn't have because she's new. And so she is saying that they are attacking her, which they're not. They just don't want her a part of their community. They have that right. So she goes on the attack and she starts attacking them. She attacks Jessica Lynn's child because Mrs. P has no boundaries. And she wishes him harm, that he was exposed to the C word. She wished him to be in the hospital along with Jessica Lynn. She wishes everybody to get the C word. And we know that the C word has been killing a lot of people, right? But she wishes everybody to have the C word. She goes over Scarlett was sick and said that she hoped that it wasn't the C word again. I guess Scarlett had the C word. And Mrs. Portland had to write on her community page and says, well, something like karma's a bitch and, I hope you are sick or I hope you have it again. Again, she has no boundaries. And so she's going on the attack and being very nasty and vile. And she always comes back saying, well, it's because these people are attacking me. Payback's a bitch. These people are not attacking you. Okay? Just because they don't want you in their community, because they found out that you have been lying, all right, and making up stories, and they don't want you in their community, doesn't mean they're attacking you. But you are saying the most nasty things because you have no boundaries, and then you use your disabilities as an excuse. So she burns the bridges with all these other communities, but Kim and Crafton still keep her in their community. And I'm sure they got a lot of backlash from it, and they lost some friends, but they still do. And they supply her with Christmas. We see all the Christmas gifts that, Kim has got for her. But, that's not good enough for Mrs. P because, she's trying to grow her channel with no content. She's got, quite a few subs on there already with no content. And so she's trying to reach out to Natasha's community again. She's not giving up Kim and Crafton yet. She's trying to feel out. Well, it looks like Natasha's community is starting to welcome her back. So when they finally do, then she throws Kim and Crafton under the bus. Okay? She wants nothing to do with any of these, quote, hate channels anymore because she's back into Natasha's community. So now that she's back into Natasha's community, she's building up her channel. And she's got, and I seen it before in the chat, a lot of these people did not want Mrs. P back in there. When I talk about these other videos that she had a video out there where she was being a racist. Okay, and she wants to talk about, and I'm going to repeat this a little later, that people want to say that I'm not a racist. Honey, you put out a racist video that's still out there, all right, just a few years back. It's still there. But you did. But people are, kind of forgiving her because, she does have some issues. She has some disabilities, but they're opening up their arms and they're giving her a second chance. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. So she's back in the community and they are trying to help her grow her channel. I see this. And in my opinion, I said it before, she is obsessed with Natasha. She is, all she does is talk about Natasha. Now she's getting her channel going and every other word is Natasha, Natasha, Natasha. It's all about Natasha. She goes on to anybody else's channel. She's going over to the, quote, hate channels. It's all Natasha, Natasha, Natasha. It can't be, it is what it is. I already did a video about that. And I even said if I was Natasha, I would be, kind of scared that this woman was so obsessed with her. I can see, her feeling like Natasha was her mentor, but I seen it as an obsession. That's just my opinion. So, anyways, moving along, we see it getting a little worse. She's doing her videos now. She's finally doing some content, and I think that her community, now she's got people that are starting to sub to her that actually like her video, her lives. She's doing some lives. She's putting out her coloring pages. But, she even lied about me. She said that, she went into Natasha's chat or what, she was in chat saying that I was attacking her all day long. I did a video about the obsession that I was seeing. I didn't go over there. She even posted my video on her channel. I didn't go over there, defend myself. I didn't go make any comments. Mrs. Portland even came over and made comments on my channel. I commented back. I was nice to her. I didn't cuss at her, nothing. But she was in Natasha's chat saying that I was attacking her all day long. Another lie. This is what this woman does, is lie and lie and lie. Okay? And she just kept going and going. I've been attacked all day. I've been attacked all day. It's all about her. And even in a lot of, when she's in chat on Natasha's channel, everything's about her. And this is Natasha's, it's Recline with Natasha, not Recline with Mrs. Portland, okay? Mrs. Portland has a channel to do her stuff on. But I seen this, when Natasha was trying to show her makeup stuff, Mrs. Portland wanted to show her stuff. When Natasha was showing, some of her casino stuff, Mrs. Portland wanted to show her casino stuff. But Mrs. Portland has her own channel to do that on. So, and I seen Mrs. Portland copying Natasha. Okay? That's why I said I seen the obsession. She started with doing the headbands, matching her outfits, just like Natasha. The makeup. She got a lot of makeup from Kim and Crafton, but then she was ordering some stuff that Natasha would order from Amazon. She did the same thing, ordering the same stuff. And then she was putting the makeup on, which is fine. Mrs. Portland said that she just wanted to feel pretty. But then I kind of seen Mrs. Portland kind of copying a Natasha and MRB. She was doing the headband with the outfit, matching outfit, and then she started doing the kitchen with the new mic that she got, like MRB. It was kind of a combination. Kind of bizarre, right? But anyways, moving along, again, Natasha's mods come in to get, to break the news about Natasha's aunt. And we have Mrs. Portland in there talking about, and I said this before in my other video, talking about a dinner that Lana must have forgot about. And she's sitting there, I'm hungry, I'm waiting for my dinner. And Lana already did a lunch for her. I'm waiting for my dinner, I'm waiting for my dinner. I'm hungry. I tried emailing her, I tried going over on her live, and they just already said that Natasha lost her aunt, and Mrs. Portland's still going on about this dinner, even after it was announced. She's still going on about it. And then, a little bit later on, she says, oh, I am so sorry to hear about that. I'm going to cancel my dinner. I'm going to cancel my dinner because of this. Because, my dinner doesn't seem as important now. Are you kidding me? It just seems like it's always about Mrs. Portland in there. Now, if this was anybody else, Natasha wouldn't have put up with this crap. She wouldn't have. But I understand that they're giving her more, they're coddling her a little bit more because of her disabilities. I get that. Because, we as, being human beings, and being compassionate people, we are more compassionate to those with disabilities. So I understand that. But now we're going to get on to, what I want to talk about, because that's just kind of the, the backstory. The backstory, okay? Mrs. Portland gets upset. I'm not sure exactly the whole gist of this, but a lot of people reached out, okay? People that had beefs with Natasha because she had a death in the family. And this is, someone that is very close to her. So people have reached out to Natasha. So Mrs. Portland, being the person that everything's got to be about her, she feels the need that she's got to reach out to people too and apologize. She's already done a lot of apologies, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of people are reaching out to Natasha, and again, Mrs. Portland's got to make it about her. And I guess Mrs. Portland was trying to reach out to Country Joe or something, because even though Mrs. Portland says she's trying to be a better person, and she has been, well, just a few days ago, she was very vile in Country Joe's live video or whatever, and Country Joe's daughter was doxxed, and Mrs. Portland made a comment in there, since it's been removed, but made a comment, karma's a bitch, payback is fair play, okay? So this woman does not have me fooled one bit, okay? And then she made another comment, well, now you know how Natasha feels. She's all over the place. She's all over the place making vile comments, whether you see them or not. She hasn't changed one bit. She's got that mask on. All right? She puts that mask on and it's starting to come off again. But anyways, she's wanting to apologize to Country Joe, and I guess she might have went over there or something, and people might not have been too nice to her. So Natasha is doing a live, I guess, and she's talking about her family and talking about what's going on, and talking about the funeral and what's going on with her grandmother. And I guess Mrs. Portland is talking about how I'm not sure exactly on this part, okay? Is talking about how she's being attacked or whatever. All she wanted to do was reach out to Country Joe and to talk about her apologies. And Natasha gets upset, and I don't even think she even says, I didn't watch it all the way through, but I don't even think she says Mrs. Portland's name, but she's basically saying, and she is getting upset. She's like, stop it in the chat. I don't know what's going on, but you guys need to take that over to your own channel. This isn't what this is about. I told you, and then something about, I told y'all, if you're going to go over to other people's channel, and, if, they talk shit to you or whatever, that's your own fault. That's your beef. I'm not your babysitter, I'm not your mother or whatever. That's not my problem. But I'm not having this in my chat right now. Take it to your own channel. So that really upset Mrs. Portland. Now, there might have been more to the story than that, okay? But I don't think Natasha called her out by name or anything like that. I'm not sure. But that's what I'm getting out of it. Mrs. Portland got her feelings hurt. Now, when you're in the drama community, which she chose to be in the drama community, okay? You're going to get your feelings hurt. You're going to get jabs. You're going to get criticism. That's how it is. So Mrs. Portland got her feelings hurt, and she is demanding an apology from Natasha. Now, no matter what anybody feels about Natasha, okay, I'm just going to put this out there. If Mrs. Portland would do this in your community, on your channel, if you had a loss, okay, and she's making the chat about her, if you're talking about your family, your loved one, or something serious, you know, a death in the family, or say you're talking about, you know, something very serious that's going on in your life, and you have Mrs. Portland in there making it all about her, which that's what she does. She makes it all about her. And you tell them, take it to your own channel, because she has her own channel, okay, that is growing. And then she, you know, does this craziness that she does. You would be upset with her, okay? If she's making it all about her, you would get a little snippy with her too, especially if you're going through, you know, what Natasha is going through. Because, you know, she's still going through, you know, as of yesterday when this all went down, she was getting ready to go to a viewing, and then now she's going to, you know, a funeral. So, and then you have this person that you have been basically supporting when no one else has. And, you know, I know she's been warned, okay? She's been warned, so I know what people are going to say. But, you know, put that all aside, and put aside, you know, people that do have issues with Natasha, because, again, if this person was in your community doing this, you would feel the same. Hey, take it to your channel. Get it out of, you know, this is not what the chat is about right now. You would feel the same, right? I know I would. If I was talking about, you know, my loved one that passed away, and I was telling my community, which I don't have a community, but if I was telling my community and we were all talking about my loved one and my feelings and stuff, and I had this person in there making it all about them, and they had a channel, hey, take it over to your own channel. But anyways, Mrs. Portland went on I don't want to say a rampage, because then I would be twisting it a little bit. But she went on a tantrum. Let's put it that way. She went on a tantrum yesterday. And she is basically demanding that Natasha apologize to her. Now, I'm sorry. Again, you know, what does Natasha have to apologize for? Because she asked somebody, I mean, she might have got a little nasty about it, but she asked people to take it to their own channel, because what she was talking about had nothing to do with them, and it is her channel. And she told them, you know, basically, you know, if you're going to go over to other people's channels, I mean, she already told them to quit white knighting for her, but, you know, Mrs. P can't get that through her head, and she's got to go everywhere, and Natasha, okay? And, you know, she's wanting an apology. Now, I think the last thing on Natasha's mind right now is to apologize to Mrs. P. All right? And not only that, but, you know, again, it's not recline with Mrs. P. It's not her channel for it to always be about her. And I've seen it in the chat. I don't even know if I said this before. Because I had to start this video over my animals. I've said it before. They're like my children. You know, I had to stop this, because when they want to go out, yeah, when they want to go out, you stop what you're doing and you let them out. So I lost track of what I was saying, so I had to restart the video. So anyways, I've seen it many times where in the video or in the chat, you know, Natasha will be doing her thing and people will come in there and they're like, hey, Mrs. P, have you checked your email? Have you checked your PayPal? I sent you a PayPal. Hey, Mrs. P, can you do a picture for me or whatever? It's about Mrs. P on Natasha's thing, and she overlooks that. Now, if it was anybody else, you know, she wouldn't tolerate that. So she is giving her a pass that she wouldn't give other people, okay? So, again, the last thing that I'm sure Natasha's thinking about is Mrs. P right now. And Natasha getting so upset with Granny's Watching over that little comment that Granny's Watching made on somebody else's panel chat, or not panel, but chat, about that Natasha seen red. I think it said, and I'm not saying it word for word, that she wants us all to back off, but she didn't care or something like that when I was hurting. I didn't say that word for word. And that made Natasha so upset and see red. Well, Mrs. P is demanding an apology on the day of viewing of the matriarch of the family, okay? And she also stated that the world does not revolve around Natasha. This is what she said on her live. The world does not revolve around Natasha, and she's basically comparing, because Mrs. P is like, well, I'm going through a lot of things too. Natasha's not the only one going through things. So she's comparing, Mrs. P's comparing what she's going through right now, which I don't know what she's going through. I mean, she's sitting there doing lives with a laptop. Seems like she's got a nice little place there. A husband that cooks her dinner all the time. She's got a nice new mic going on there. People are sending her stuff left and right. But she's comparing her stuff right now to what Natasha's going through. So if I was Natasha, I wouldn't just be seeing red. I'd be having fireworks coming out of my eyeballs on what Mrs. P is doing right now. I'd be a lot more pissed off at Mrs. P than I would be Granny's Watching. Because Mrs. P is demanding an apology on the day of the viewing of her aunt. And making live videos about it. Granny's Watching's been quiet. She hasn't done a video since the passing of Natasha's aunt. But Mrs. P can't stop. Because she's having a little tantrum. Because she was asked to take her stuff over to her own channel. And again, she's comparing whatever she's got going on in her life right now to what Natasha's got going on. And she literally said, the world doesn't revolve around Natasha. That's true. It doesn't. It doesn't. But what was going on in Natasha's channel, okay, was about Natasha. Not about Mrs. P. That was Natasha's channel. So it was all about Natasha. And it should have been. It's her channel. So, like I said, Natasha, when all this, you know, when things calm down, I'd be really ticked off at Mrs. P. More so than Jessica Lynn, okay? Because you can only use that disability and mental disadvantages so much for bad behaviors and being a vile person. You can only use that so many times, okay? And saying, oh, I get so angry and my mouth gets me in trouble and blah, blah, blah. You can only use that so much, all right? before, I'm sorry, it wears out. You can't use it anymore as an excuse to do what you do. And Mrs. P does it over and over and over again as an excuse. Because like I said before, I'm sure many of us have disabled people in our family or maybe disabled ourselves. We might have people that have bipolar. We might be bipolar ourselves. ADHD, okay? Have the same issues. And we don't act like her and we don't lie like her. And she has done nothing but lie from day one, and you all know it. Everybody knows it that is out here in this YouTube land, all these different communities. They know it. And a lot of people forgave what she has done, okay, and welcomed her back, and she's continuing to do it. Now, she got up there and she lied again last night. She said that she did a video about Scarlett. I mean, after she did her one on Natasha, okay, she lied about Scarlett. Scarlett did a video, and I didn't watch it all the way through, but Scarlett is basically, I'm done. You know, I've welcomed her back once. You know, I'm not doing it again, especially after the nasty thing she said about Scarlett. You know, Scarlett welcomed her back, and this was the last straw for her. Mrs. P had to get up there and lie and say that Scarlett said that she told her people to unsub to her. Scarlett didn't say that. Her words were, I am not asking anybody to unsub to Mrs. P. But Mrs. P lied and said that Scarlett said to unsub, that she was asking her people to unsub. Mrs. P, you're a liar. And then she was telling everybody that Scarlett was upset that that Mrs. P went on Kelly's panel. And that's why she was all mad. And, you know, Scarlett's not my mother. I can go on whoever's panel that I want to. Scarlett wasn't mad about that. That's not what I was getting out of her video. She wasn't upset about that. Because anybody can go on anybody's panel they want to go on. Okay? And I only watched a little portion of Kelly's video where, of course, Mrs. P's given her story again about her child. That's the only portion I got to, okay? And, of course, I'm sure she was saying that everybody's attacking her. But Scarlett was not talking about her going on Kelly's channel, at least from where I got to, where I ended at. What she was talking about was what Mrs. P did on basically wanting an apology from Natasha, doing a live, okay, throwing a tantrum because Natasha basically told her to take it to her own channel, you know, because Mrs. P was trying to go over to these other creators and say, I'm sorry, and she wasn't welcomed, okay, like she wanted to be. So she was bringing it back and bringing the drama back to Natasha's channel when Natasha was trying to talk about what was going on with the funeral and stuff like that. That's what Scarlett was talking about. Not about Kelly, not about Mrs. P going on Kelly's channel, but that's what Mrs. P was telling everybody. Again, you lied, Mrs. P, and you know it. So now, in my opinion, okay, in my opinion, she is not growing. Her channel grew, but it's at kind of it's just creeping up there. because she talked about I'm almost monetized, right? I'm almost up there to be monetized. But it's just slowly going up there. So she's trying to reach out. She's already burned bridges with most of the quote hater channels. They're not going to welcome her back, okay? They're not. They seen the lies. They're not doing it. So I think she tried maybe with Country Joe. I don't think that's going to fly over in that community. So now she's reaching out to Kelly and to maybe some of these other little things to get subs because, you know, I think it's just not going fast enough in Natasha's community anymore. And that's all she's worried about. That's all she's worried about. Because she even said, you know, if I can't get subs the right way, I'll buy them. I'll buy the subs. It's on her community post or community tab. She'll buy them. And then she also goes on to say, yeah, they want to call me racist. And she talks about how her father was the true racist in the family. Your video's out there, Mrs. P, just from a couple of years ago. Talking about Portland Andy, I think that's his name, about his girlfriend. Yeah. It's out there. About her slanted eyes, being a, what did you call her? I'm not even going to say what you called her. And that you were raised better to be in a mixed relationship. Ick. Ew, you said. What do you call that? That was just a few years back. But you want to sit up there and lie on your live? Say you were raised better than to be a racist? That's all you do is lie. And you know that, like I said before, fake it until you make it. Because, you know, we've seen, and we've seen Mrs. P, you know, a better Mrs. P doing live videos. Very nice and sweet and everything. Now we're starting to see that mask come off. It's not vile and it's not sweet. My channel, my rules. My channel, my rules. Well, yeah, true. Your channel, your rules. But do you see a more harsh Mrs. P coming? A more starting to angry Mrs. P starting to come out? See, she's like, I'm a creator now. Who helped you get there? You don't care who you step on to get to where you want. You don't care who you lie to. You know, and then you put up all these wish lists too. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. PayPal, wish list, whatever you want to do. You had like 4 of them up there. And one girl, she posted up there. It was taken down. You know, you delete and take down stuff all the time so people can't see. But a girl posted up there. She's like, what? Wait a minute. I bought everything that was on this. Did I miss something? And you said, well, I have another one for drawing. This girl bought everything that was on that wish list, she said. Interesting. You had everybody in Natasha's community, you know, spent quite a bit on, you know, the PayPal, the wish list, buying dinners for you. They welcomed you back even after all the vile and nasty things you did, said. They looked past that. And then you still did it. You would still go say some of the nasty stuff that you would say. And then you would come back in her community. And everybody needs to be nice and loving to people. But you would go into these other channels and say the most vile things. You're not a better person. You use your disabilities to your advantage to make people feel sorry for you. And we have compassion. That's the thing. We have compassion, more compassion for people that are disabled. But how many people are enabling this behavior? And then even after, you have people that are in Natasha's community that are still not being nasty. They're like, Mrs. P, even after you did the video and demanded an apology from Natasha, they're even saying, even some of them that said they unsubscribed to you, they're like, give it a few days. We don't want you to leave. And you just need to give Natasha a few days, and she's not mad at you. And we still want you a part of this community. I don't know why. I do not know why they still want you a part of that community. I don't know why Natasha would ever want you a part of that community, because this is just a little tantrum. And it's going to get bigger and bigger the next time and the next time. And your lies are going to get worse and worse, because all you're concerned about is growing your channel, no matter how you do it. Either buying subs or lying to all these other creators about how this person attacked you, that person attacked you, how they're doing it because you're disabled, which is a lie, a big lie. You've said that many times before, that they've done it because you're disabled. No, people have coddled you because you're disabled. But you sure know how to get on StreamYard, and you know how to put those PayPal and wish list and everything else up. You can do all that. You're very intelligent. Mrs. P is very intelligent. This is not her first rodeo. It is not. And I'm sorry, but the excuse that my anger just gets me in trouble, and, I got this and that going on. I'm sorry, but you cannot use that as an excuse to be a nasty person. You can't. You cannot use it. I don't buy that for a minute. And she still has, like I said, Natasha's community has still been nice to her after this. I've seen the comments. If it was anybody else, boy, they'd be ripping her a new one. And they've still been nice to her. So I am going to end it on that. This is one person that I would have to say, everybody should be able to grow a channel and do what they want on YouTube, right? This is one person I would say should probably not be allowed, unless they were not in the drama true crime community, because this is a person, in my opinion, that is very vindictive, and I'm going to call her a scammer. I am. Because she scams people. She lies to get what she wants. And she will step all over anybody and lie on them. And she has. So I'm going to end it on there. And like I said, I might get a lot of backlash for this. But that's exactly how I feel. And I'm sure there'll be more videos coming. She can call me a hate channel all she wants. But the mask is coming off on Mrs. P. You can tell the difference in her demeanor on her videos, on her lives. And now she's got some people trickling in from these other, I don't even know what channels they are. But is she going to stop, or is she going to start copying Kelly now? And she's going to start imitating her? like she did Natasha? Because it's like she leeches onto somebody and she starts copying them. Who knows? All I can say is I wish them luck. Um, because when she gets upset, she throws a tantrum, and the tantrum gets real. It gets real. And I pray to God that the people that sent their addresses, um, I I don't know, because I mean when she wishes harm on a child, I I don't know. I sure the heck I would have